What is happening right now in Nigeria is not small talk. This is one of those moments where if you blink, you miss the real story and end up believing noise from social media. Something big is unfolding in the north, and Nigerians need to understand it clearly, calmly, and without panic. The truth is, foreign military attention, especially from the United States, has once again exposed how deep and complicated the security challenges in northern Nigeria have become. What started as intensified operations against violent groups in the northwest didn't just lead to gun chases and arrests. It pulled back a curtain many people never knew existed. Investigations began revealing powerful local networks that have quietly operated for years. These are not random villagers or desperate youths roaming the bush. These are people with influence, money, connections, movement access, and deep roots in local systems. Some of them never touched weapons themselves, yet they kept violence alive through logistics, funding, shelter, information sharing, transport routes, and quiet protection. That's how many violent groups survive for years without being crushed, not because they are strong alone, but because invisible hands keep feeding them. Before we go deeper, if you care about real explanations and not clickbait panic, like this video and subscribe. This kind of breakdown helps people understand what's really happening instead of chasing rumors. Now let me break this down in simple language so everybody can follow. Groups like lakurawa didn't just appear suddenly. They didn't wake up one morning fully armed and organized. They grew slowly. At the beginning, they presented themselves as people defending local interests, settling disputes, protecting communities, or filling gaps where government presence was weak. Over time, they became more organized, more violent, more connected, and more exposed to extremist ideas from outside Nigeria. Once a group starts crossing borders, attracting fighters, controlling rural areas, collecting illegal taxes, and moving weapons quietly, international intelligence agencies begin paying attention. That was the turning point. The moment intelligence showed that these groups were no longer just local criminals but had links to wider extremist movements, everything changed. Nigerian forces intensified coordinated operations, and international partners began sharing technical intelligence, surveillance support, and communication tracking. That is when arrests started happening, not randomly, not emotionally, but based on patterns, movement trails, financial flows, phone links, and supply chains. This wasn't guesswork. It was patient investigation. Please hit like and subscribe again. Staying informed protects you from fake narratives and unnecessary fear. One thing viewers must understand clearly is this: foreign forces did not come to Nigeria to take over or start arresting people freely. Nigerian authorities remained fully in control of ground operations. Foreign involvement was mainly intelligence sharing, technical support, and targeted cooperation based on verified data. Any claim that Nigeria has lost full control is not accurate. At the same time, it is honest to admit that the security challenge had become complex enough that external technical support became necessary. Modern security threats are no longer solved by manpower alone. Technology, tracking systems, and international intelligence cooperation now matter. Now let's talk about why the Northwest keeps showing up in these stories. The region has vast landmass, thick forest, scattered rural settlements, and long porous borders. These conditions make it easier for criminal networks and extremist groups to move quietly without being noticed. Communities in these areas have suffered silently for years. Farmers struggle to go to their farms. Traders fear long road journeys. Families live with constant anxiety. Children grow up hearing stories of fear instead of opportunity. This is the human side people often forget when they only focus on headlines. As arrests continued, more disturbing details started emerging. Some suspects admitted to helping move weapons and supplies. Some confessed to guiding fighters through difficult terrain and hidden routes. Others were linked to ransom negotiations, illegal taxation of villagers, and intelligence gathering on security movements. This shows clearly that insecurity is not just about guns and fighters. It is about systems, money trails, communication networks, and silent supporters embedded within society. Please like and subscribe again if you want more clear explanations like this. Another major issue is misinformation. Social media exploded with exaggerated numbers, recycled old videos, misleading captions, and emotional panic posts. Many people mixed unrelated events together and created fear where clarity was needed. This is dangerous because confusion weakens public trust and spreads unnecessary tension. Real security operations are slow, careful, and often quiet. They don't always come with dramatic footage, but they save lives in the long run. Let me also make this very clear. Ordinary Northerners are not the problem. Communities themselves are victims of insecurity. Many locals risk their lives to provide information to security agencies. Without community cooperation, many arrests would never have happened. Blaming innocent people only creates division and helps criminals hide better. As operations continued, authorities focused heavily on cutting supply routes rather than just chasing fighters. Once weapons, food chains, funding lines, and movement paths are blocked, violent groups naturally weaken. This reduces civilian harm and avoids endless cycles of destruction. It allows law enforcement and justice systems to do their work instead of turning every situation into open conflict. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. It helps this channel keep bringing you grounded analysis. Now the big question everyone is asking, what happens next? Arrests alone are not victory. Trials must be fair and transparent. Evidence must be solid. Communities must be protected after suspects are removed. If communities are left exposed or abandoned, fear returns and criminal groups regroup. Trust must be rebuilt between citizens and security agencies. When people trust the system, they share information early and crimes are prevented before they grow. Transparency matters now more than ever. Nigerians need to see that justice is real, not selective, not rushed, not hidden. This situation is still developing. What we are seeing today is the result of years of neglect, weak coordination, gaps in enforcement, and slow response to early warning signs. Fixing it will take time, patience, consistency, and serious political will. Again, like this video, subscribe, and share it so more people can understand what is truly happening instead of swallowing fear-based headlines. We'll continue breaking this story down calmly, honestly, and responsibly. There is still much more to unpack: the political implications, community recovery, long-term security strategy, and what Nigerians should realistically expect in the coming months. Stay with us.